Right here we have two very similar bags. They're both made by Mystery Ranch and they both are the wood waxed colorway. They both are pretty similar in the amount of storage they have and they're similar in some of the features, but underneath the hood they are also quite different. This video is going to explore those differences in detail. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kendrick Dish. On this channel, we look at the creative tools we use to get through life. And bags are one of those things I like to look at. So Mystery Ranch is a company based in Montana making really good bags. I've done several Mystery Ranch bags on this channel. You can check the link right up there. This is the Mystery Ranch Mission Duffel. This is a 55-liter duffel pack. You can carry it as a suitcase, as a backpack, and as a messenger bag, messenger style over the shoulder. This one is the Mission Rover 45-liter bag from Mystery Ranch. It can also be carried as a suitcase style, as a shoulder messenger style carry, and a backpack. Both of these two bags have stowable backpack straps that are not removable, and the Mission Rover has a belt, a tuckable belt. The Mission Duffel does not have a tuckable belt, does not have a belt at all. Let's take a closer look at the Mission Duffel first, and then we'll take a closer look at the Mission Rover. This is the 55-liter version. It comes in three sizes: 40 liters, 55 liters, and a big boy at 90 liters. So just for a size comparison for height, you can kind of see right there the Mission Duffel, the 55-liter, is significantly taller. The full dimensions of this are 25 by 13 by 11.5. What that means, it is not carry-on compatible. Now, does that mean you can't ever carry it on? You might be able to get away with it, especially on a domestic US flight, but it's not meant for that. It's meant to be checked. In fact, it won an award from Carryology for best checked bag. And I think really the use case for this is for somebody who wants to carry their clothes. Let's take a closer look inside. The Mission Duffel opens with a horseshoe-shaped zipper around the whole front, and the bag opens like this. As you can see, one big bucket in here for putting your stuff. But what you're probably starting to notice is this. The nice thing about this bag is it has two storage places, one here and one at the bottom, where you can move dirty clothes or boots or something into these separate pockets. And as you travel around, you can take your clean clothes, you wear them, then you put your dirty clothes in these separate dividers, and it takes up the same space. So by the end of the trip, these guys are full, whereas this space is empty. Does that make sense? You also notice you have some nice pockets for storage here and here on each side. These are actually more spacious than they seem, and this whole bag is quite a bit deeper than it seems. There's a lot of storage in here. That 55 liters, they're not kidding about how much that's going to store. Flipping it around like this, you can see there are a couple of pockets. There's mesh pockets right here for storing whatever it is you need to store. Let's take a closer look at some of these dirty clothes pockets here on the bottom. One you can access from the bottom, and it's fairly typical that a bag that has an extra pocket here on the bottom that you can put your shoes in here, keep your shoes, your muddy boots, your whatever separate, maybe your stinky dirty clothes, whatever you want, it goes in here and you can zip it back up. But what makes this bag interesting is it's got another one here at the top. Same sort of thing. And it also has a little organizer to keep this tucked up and rolled out so that it stays out of the way if you're not trying to use it like that. Let's set this one aside for just a second. And let's look at how the Mission Rover stores its main pocket. One of the big differences is this one is a clamshell opening. So it opens like that. more like a typical suitcase. And like a typical suitcase, it has these storage pockets that zip up and keep your stuff separate. It's very similar on each side, except for one side is deeper than the other. And one side has one of those shoes or dirty clothes pockets accessible from the bottom of the bag. So if you're interested in a more traditional clamshell bag, this might be a good option. Each one of these dividers also has a pocket for additional storage. Otherwise, these are just big storage units, just big, throw your stuff in here and get it zipped up, and then you zip it together. So that's the organization of the main pocket, but one of the things that separates these two bags is the Mission Rover has a tech organizer pocket, and that's accessible here on the front of the bag. It's reminiscent of that horse-shaped zipper, and it opens up, and you have a laptop storage pocket. And that's probably one of the deciding factors for the way you're going to want to pick out your bag is, are you the person that takes your laptop with you in your clothes bag? Or do you not need your laptop with you in your clothes bag? You might be more interested in the Mission Duffel. So it has the up to a 15-inch padded laptop pocket. It's got a few little pockets here for organizing your tech stuff, and it's got some pockets here on this flap, some mesh pockets for storing whatever you want in there. This is a pretty shallow pocket, so you're not going to store much else. You're going to get your laptop and a few little things in there, but it's not a deep pocket, so it's not providing a whole lot of extra volume. But that's a big differentiator. As you can see, right now I have this strap tucked in. This is the messenger strap, and we talked about it a little bit. This just clips on real easily. There you go, just that quick. And now you've got a strap to carry this over your shoulder. And now you've got the strap to carry it over your shoulder. Both bags can be carried over the shoulder. Both bags have the backpack straps, and both bags have great handles. Handles all over the place. Handles on the top, handles on the bottom, handles on the front. Handles all over the place. So when you're throwing it into the back of a car, or you're grabbing it out of the deep parts of it in your tent, or you're putting it into the overhead bin, or picking it up off the conveyor belt at the airport, or whatever it is you're doing, these handles are fantastic. But there's another interesting differentiator here, and that is on the Mission Rover, you have a luggage pass-through. On the Mission Duffel, there is nothing, no luggage pass-through on this bag. I think that has a little bit to do with that this is not really carry-on sized, although the 40 liter of this version is carry-on size compatible. Let's go ahead and take a look at these backpack straps. On the Mission Rover, the backpack straps have load lifters that attach up here, and then just the standard buckles that go in here into each corner. It's a fairly simple and easy process to get those hooked on, and you have nice, comfy, padded backpack straps. The backpack straps on the Mission Duffel, very similar. You open the pocket, you pull out oops, they got a little twisted, that was all. You pull out the backpack straps and you connect your load lifters up here, just like that. Let's go ahead and get both of them connected. Let's go ahead and connect down here at the bottom. These have a slightly different kind of connector. They just loop through the little looped fabric down below. And now you've got your backpack straps set up on this bag. But I bet you're starting to notice a very interesting thing about this particular bag, and that is that the backpack straps seem to be on the front of the bag. Well, I don't know why they did that. It's a very interesting choice of design. The logo is then up against your back, and honestly, I just don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. This is what the back of the bag, what the, somebody standing behind you, this is what they're going to see, a completely blank bag. No pockets, no logos, no zippers, no nothing. Maybe that's not so bad, but it's just interesting that they did it like this. And I'm sure they have their reasons. I'm not a bag designer, so I can sit here all day and criticize things, but I'm sure they have a good reason for it. It's just an odd looking situation, that's all. I don't see any real downside except it's odd. So, you get to decide which bag you like better. Okay, so there's one more little interesting thing I just want to talk about with these two bags. That while they are very similar waxed nylon Cordura material, and they both feel wonderful to the touch, there's a slight color difference on the zippers. The traditional Mystery Ranch wood waxed colorway has these orangey colored zippers on their products, and on the also on the zipper pulls. But the Mystery Ranch Duffel, Mission Duffel, it has the orangey color on the zipper pulls, but the zippers are not this orangey color. Let's take a closer look at those two. That's not a big deal. It's just a difference. And this video is about the differences between these two bags. Maybe it helps you decide which bag you want. Maybe you really like the orange pop that these zippers have. Maybe you like the slightly more muted tones of this bag. And that's okay, you get to decide. Both of these bags are fantastic bags. It depends a lot on your use case. It depends a lot on what you're looking for out of a bag. It depends a lot on what you carry with you. If you're just carrying clothes, maybe this is a great option. If you're more interested in duffel, maybe this is a great option. If you're carrying, kind of trying to do a one bag travel sort of thing where you got some electronics and you got your laptop and you got some shoes and you got, some other stuff, and you're trying to make it through the airports and throw stuff on the airplane, carry-on style, this might be your better option. So either way, I don't think you're going to go wrong. Just make the right choice for you and what you carry. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm glad I was able to represent both of these two bags. This bag is not my bag. This is a bag my dad got for Christmas today. This is a bag I brought with me to do a review on, some testing it out and traveling with it. And they're so similar, I just said, man, let me sit down here in my sister's kitchen and let me just do a quick comparison video, just so, since I've got these two bags side by side, and we could talk about the differences and maybe help you make the right choice. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.